Hey there, all my amazing artists. It's so great to see you. So, at the end of this week, we have a very special holiday coming up that's really important to me. That special holiday is Mother's Day. We're going to be celebrating Mother's Day on Sunday. And so I was thinking that we can take a little break from our art units that we've been learning about online. My third through fifth graders have been working in their sketchbooks, but my younger friends have been learning all about portraits. And so we are all going to work together today to try and make our own portrait inspired by Mother's Day. And this is something that you can give to your mother, to your grandmother, to your aunt or cousin, or any really special lady in your life to help them celebrate Mother's Day. So I'm going to think about a lady who's very important to me in my life. It doesn't have to be a mom. It could be a grandma, like I said, or aunt, uncle, cousin, a friend's mom who loves and takes care of you. And I'm going to think of who that person is for me. I'm going to go over to my drawing table where we're going to do a quick demo of how to make a Mother's Day self-portrait. I can't wait to see you guys there. Bye-bye.
To create your art today, you will need a piece of paper, a pencil, a marker, or a crayon. Anything you can use to draw. Right now, you can already see I went around my house and found something I could use as a circle tracer. I just found this blue cup and I situated it in the middle of my paper. Then I took my Sharpie and traced around, creating my circle for my Mother's Day portrait to begin. There we go. And you guessed it, the circle is going to be the head for our portrait. Now, before we go into any of the details in the person's face, we're going to go ahead and sketch out their body. You want to add a neck. And remember, your neck is not super, super skinny. We want it to be a good size to support the head. And a neck, we close off at the bottom, leaving it looking a little bit like a rectangle shape. Then for our shoulders, remember our shoulders are not super, super tiny. They don't come down here. They actually go out a little bit further than our head. So a straight line down and then curve. Same thing on the opposite side. Straight line down some gradually and then curve. And these are shoulders that can support our head, okay? So now I'm gonna go in for my facial details. Now, when we talked about Mother's Day, remember we talked about how any special lady in your life you can celebrate through Mother's Day. And so for me, I'm going to be celebrating my grandma, who I call Mama. She just turned 90 this year, and she's a very, very important lady in my life. So I'm going to start with my grandma's eyes. Remember, the eyes are in the middle of the head. And remember, our eyes are shaped a little bit like ovals or like tiny footballs. And you want to try and make them as symmetrical or the same on both sides as possible. If you make a few mistakes, that's okay. That's why you guys have your pencil you get to work with. There we go. Now that I have her eye shape, I'm going to add her nose and her mouth. And for my grandma, I'm going to show her with a big smile on her face because she's always smiling and happy. She has such a positive attitude. And I'll even add a little smile line and her tongue. All right, we're going to jump back up to her eyes to add a few more details. Remember, your eyes have two parts. The larger circle is called your iris. That's where color will go. And then the smaller circle is called your pupil. That's the black part of your eye. And remember, sometimes we like to leave a little bit of open space in our pupil to show where light reflects in our eyes. That helps our eyes look a little bit more realistic. So the same thing on this side, big circle, iris, little circle, pupil, and try and do that light part and the same part on both of your eyes, okay? There we go. Now for my grandma, I'm gonna give her some eyelashes, just like this. And notice how they go in one direction on this side, but when they come over to the inside, they change directions a little bit. The same thing here, little tiny eyelashes. Then at about the middle, they switch directions and get bigger. We can even give them a few underneath their eye, okay? Now for our ears, remember our ears are even with our eyes and our nose. So we'll go up some and a curve and down to touch the nose. Same thing on this side. Up some, curve down, and see how I made that in line with my nose as close as I could get it. There we go. Then for our hair. Hair is tricky. I know everybody has different styles of hair. To help you draw your hair for your person, I want you to rely on your different lines. Think about your straight lines, your wavy lines. If somebody has curly hair, you could even use shapes to show braids. You want to express however your person's hair looks the best way you can using lines. So it might be good to practice on another sheet of paper if you want. My grandma wears her hair in a perm, which is really curly. So I'm going to start her curls under her ear and go up like this. And see how I'm not quite doing a wavy line. I'm doing little bumps all around. I'm going to do the same thing on this side to get started. And the same thing, it goes behind her ears with different curves, kind of like a half circle or semicircle. But remember, your grandma's hair does not need to look the same way as mine, or your mom's, sisters, aunts, cousins, whose ever hair you're doing. And I even brought it in some to show some more of her curls. And I might even go back with a spiral line to show more details in her hair for fun. There we go. And my grandma doesn't usually wear any bangs, so I'm not gonna add any details here. If your lady wears bangs though, you can add them straight across with a straight line, or maybe to the side, kind of like that. Then we're gonna move on to some details. I'm gonna give her some eyebrows. Straight line up and back down and connect. Same thing on this side, straight line up and back down and connect. There we go. And I want to make this one a little bit softer. All right. I'm going to also add some glasses for my grandma because she always wears glasses to help her see. And so I'm going to connect them with this little part in the middle. And then she usually wears kind of a square frame. So I'm going to make them this shape, covering both her eyes. And then we'll go behind her ears. Same thing on this side, the square. Over her eye. Down like this. And then back across. They're more like a rectangle than a square because they're long. All right. And let's see. I'm going to add a few little wrinkle lines to show that she's a little bit older. Because like I said, my grandma just turned 90 this year. Really special, huh? All right, and then I'm gonna go down and give her some clothes. Let's see. I think I'm gonna add some jewelry because she always wears a necklace. So I'm gonna give her a long necklace right here. There we go. And it might have a pretty stone on the end. And then her arms we'll be able to see. You can add with 2 straight lines, 1 and 2. And let's see, I might even add a pattern to her shirt. She likes to wear stripes a lot. So I'll add her a striped shirt using my horizontal straight line. There we go. And I'm going to bring her hair down just a little bit more. All right. After you're happy with your drawing of your person, this is where you can go back and add your color. I'm going to do that in just a second, but I'm going to go ahead and skip to the final part. To make this a Mother's Day portrait that celebrates a special lady in our life, we are going to add some words around it to describe this person. They can be any type of adjective that describes how special this person is. Maybe it's something they love, maybe it's something special they do for you. So think of a couple words that you could add, and you'll do that in one of your markers or colored pencils, or just like me if you want to use Sharpie. I'm going to do mine in block letters, but you're welcome to try any type of letter you want, okay? All right. So I want you to come up with at least 3 words that describes your person. If you can think of more, that is awesome. Keep going. And then somewhere on here, we want to write Happy Mother's Day to them so that they know what this portrait is for. And you'll probably want to sign it. All right. Then for your final step, a lot of times we know a popular gift at Mother's Day is flowers. So I want you to decorate your background with all different kinds of flowers for this person, since it might be hard to go to the store and actually buy them flowers right now. So we'll do that. Let's see, I'll show you a couple different types. You could do a sunflower like this. So you start with a circle and your petals are long and skinny. There we go. You could do a rose, but from an aerial view, that means we're looking at it over top. Start with a little dot and do a spiral line that's kind of wavy until it gets to the outside. Close it in and add a leaf. And you can even add more petals to the outside like this. Adding on layers of curvy lines. There we go. You could even do a more tropical flower, kind of like this. Start with a circle, and you want your petals to be shaped a little bit like hearts. And if you want, you could even add some little petals, excuse me, in between. All right. So I'm going to keep on decorating my flowers, and then I'll add some color to my portrait of my grandma. I can't wait to see how your portraits look after you're done. Bye, guys. All right, guys, and there we have it. This is my portrait of my grandmother. I can't wait to see the portraits you make of all the special ladies in your life who love and take care of you, and how you describe and celebrate them for Mother's Day.